Why, hello there. Welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. It's your girl, Gibby, and we're going to be playing Scarlet Hollow, but wrong. And I want to clarify when I say that we're playing it wrong, we're playing it in the weirdest way that we possibly can. We're a mute. We only talk to animals. People drag us from situation to situation without us ever saying we're doing anything. But they keep bringing us around. I played through this game like this once before, and it was not the most interesting lore-wise, but it was the most entertaining. Well, let's get into it. Maybe you'll see if a sleepy southern town like Scarlet Hollow has a vibrant enough nightlife for another day. But for now, you feel ready to head back to the estate. You return to the dirt road, beginning the trek back up towards the estate. As the sun sinks deeper into the horizon, the sky is flooded with orange and pink hues, the shadows around you darkening and stretching over the path. The mountains seem to make the night come quickly here, their rounded hills blotting out the dying sun prematurely, casting the valley of Scarlet Hollow in an eerie autumn twilight. You've had a long day, between traveling and meeting all these strangers. The dusty bed that waits for you back at the estate is starting to sound very appealing. There's a sound on the path behind you. You turn back on the road but find nothing. You still seem to be alone. Well, we picked Powerful Bill, so we'll find a big stick, just in case. Your eyes scan the side of the mountain road, settling on a large stick. This will definitely protect you. And then you hear another sound, a shuffle of leaves. You look up and see a creature in the middle of the road, paused mid-step, one paw still held in midair. It's staring at you with a wild and unkempt look in its eyes. It's a mountain lion, and something is horribly wrong with it. It becomes you, it becomes you, it becomes you. It takes you another step forward, drool leaking from its slack mouth. A blood that runs and runs and runs becomes itself, becomes nothing. A gardener cannot tend empty soil. We could threaten it. Or we could help it. We love animals, don't we? You're sick. Let me help you. Not sick. See everything clearly. It dashes forward with surprising speed, ears back and claws glinting. You swing your stick at the creature as it barrels towards you, your blow connecting with a heavy and satisfying crack. It's stunned for the briefest of moments, and then it lunges again, pawing at your ankles, its momentum dragging you towards the tree line, and from there, sliding downhill. It's disorienting, but you manage to move the creature's body from under you for just before a heavy impact. You find yourself stunned, but relatively uninjured. But the mountain lion isn't finished, its body oozing from the fall. It pushes itself back to its feet, killing intent shining clear in its wide yellow eyes. And then the evening air is pierced with the sound of a gunshot. The mountain lion is gone in a flash, leaving a thin trail of blood behind as it disappears into the dark woods beyond the path. As you gain your bearings, you realize that your beverage is gone. You must have lost it in your fall. Damn, nearly had the thing. And I nearly had you. Who the hell are you, and what are you doing out here? Looking to get shot? I feel like remain silent is our option. You say nothing in the face of the armed stranger. You shell-shocked, kid? Wait a tick. You seem awfully familiar. He looks you up and down with his good eye. Ain't you that Scarlet kid everyone's been saying wasn't gonna show? Well, I apologize for my brusqueness, and I'm sorry for you and Miss Tabitha's loss. You can call me Duke, and no need to thank me for saving your life. Duke seems to think for a moment, glancing up at the darkening sky. You better not keep walking around here on your own, not with that thing on the prowl. I'd hate to think anything might happen to you without me around to save your skin. Tell you what, tag along with me while I finish what we started, and I'll be sure to get you to home safe. I'd wager Miss Tabitha would appreciate somebody looking out for you. There's a lot of things that we can say, but we don't talk to people. We try walking away. You try to head towards the far side of the clearing, attempting to make your way into the dark woods, but Duke stops you, heading you off before you step into the underbrush. Now wait a minute, what do you think you're doing? Did that fall knock a screw loose? That thing is still out there, and it's only getting darker. Don't go risking your life just because you don't like the thought of spending some time with old Duke. Tabitha's seen enough heartbreak this week, let's not give her any more. Foreshadowing. So I'm afraid I have to insist. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing to let somebody go off on their own in the dark with something like that prowling around after him. Your eyes wander to Duke's gun. He's probably not going to shoot you if you turn around and leave, but opposing him here would be violating one of the unspoken rules of accessory-derived social status. Duke has the gun, so Duke decides what the two of you are going to do, and it would seem that his choice of activity is hunting, so hunt you shall. At least until you can slip away in a more appropriate and discreet manner. You reluctantly follow the armed man into the woods, hoping he stays true to his word and brings you back to your cousin in one piece. Before long, the sun is completely set and the two of you find yourselves in near total darkness. The Duke has a flashlight he uses sparingly, letting you both adjust to the starlight instead. Every sound feels deafening as the two of you pick your way through the underbrush. Every snapping twig could be the deadly paws of the thing that hunted you. Every rustling leaf the herald of a vicious attack. Though you know deep down, it's probably nothing but squirrels and shrews. Until you hear the unmistakable sound of something large shifting among the fallen leaves. Gotcha! The old man quietly steps forward, gun held at the ready. What the hell? Duke, you scared me. What are you doing out here so late? Stella, I'd ask you the same, but I know what has you slinking around after dark. Do you know how close I came to putting a hole in you? But you didn't. No harm, no foul. Hey, Evie. Weird to see you out here so late. Does Tabitha know you're with Duke? And you stink of mountain lion. Oh, what a smell. And there's something else mixed in there. Something fake. It could drive a dog to madness. It makes you want to bite and tear. She thrashes in Stella's arms, but Stella holds her close, stilling her frenzied attack. Whoa, whoa, calm down, girl. You know Evie. So threatening. Oh my, I do apologize. How unladylike of me. I simply can't stand the smell of those things. I swear, it gets so hard to hold on to her when she gets like this. Sometimes it feels like she's the only geriatric when she wants to be. It's all right, little lady. You're safe so long as you got your mama looking after you. Unlike you, Stella, if you decide to keep on doing whatever it is you're doing out here, I think you'll find these woods ain't agreeable tonight. Evie here had a run-in that you wouldn't believe. So just go on home and save all this for some other night. Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? Like I said, you won't believe it. Now put that dang camera away. We could fill her in. Or we could say nothing and do nothing. So what was it? Was it tall and hairy? How stinky was it? Would you describe what you saw as being skunk-like ape? Get that camera out of my face. It weren't. No, wait. The only important thing that is it was sick, and sick animals are nothing to be trifled with. So if you don't want your last video to be found 20 years from now, next pile of your bones, next to a pile of bones in the den of some long-dead creature, you'd best to get out of these woods. That would be so cool. No, it would not. Your mommy and daddy are spinning in their graves hearing talk like that. If they ain't around to stop you, then I'll take on that responsibility. Go on, get. The old man shoos her away. Fine, I'll go. You recognize something in her smirk. She has no intention of going home. But we will remain silent. Good. You and that little lady of yours should go on home and get some rest. I will. Thanks, Duke. Later, Evie. Let me know if you see something cool. Which we won't let her know. As we all know. We won't say anything. Oh, I suppose it's time to go. So long, darlings, and good luck with that wretched pest. And with that, she's off. It's just you and Duke in the dark woods once again. Stella ain't usually one to back down so easy. I have a sneaking suspicion that she has no intention of going home just yet. Damn. We've been stopped for too long, and now the old hip is starting to voice its complaints. There's an overlook just up this way. Let's sit a spell. I brought some victuals along in case you're peckish. You find your way along the narrow path. Hi, Wayne. And emerge onto the rocky outcropping overlooking the dark forest. The sky above is smeared with stars, more than you've ever seen before. Duke interrupts the serenity of the scene with his old man grunts, folding his creaking joints as he settles onto a nearby log. He starts rustling through a small pack you hadn't noticed he was carrying, pulling out some beef jerky and a couple of beers. At least it's nice night, even if the circumstances leave something to be desired. Help yourself to jerky. As for the beer, I was planning having both cans myself. But I suppose I can be convinced to spare one. Well, there's so many things we can ask. We can sit in silence, but we don't get a lot of options where we can just do something without speaking. You take one of Duke's cold ones. It's more like a somewhat cool one after so many hours outside, but you crack it open nonetheless, offer him a gesture of cheers, and take a sip. It's cheap beer, but it's refreshing. Its watery, earthy taste mingling well with the crisp mountain air, putting you somewhat more at ease. Duke seems slightly more at ease too, seemingly happy to not be drinking alone. And that's enough talking for us. You choose to let a comfortable silence fall between you, gazing up at the glistening sky, enjoying the night as you slowly slip your beer. It's like nothing you've ever seen. It's the kind of sight that makes you realize why so many generations that came before you write mythologies to describe their patterns. There is so much beauty here, despite the fear that still hangs heavy in the air, knowing what might lurk beyond the tree line. But that tranquility doesn't last long. The harsh sound of a vibrating cell phone pierces night air. You're getting a call. It's your cousin. If you pick up, it might cut your evening short, for better or for worse. You could always text her and say that you aren't in the middle of the woods next to a loaded gun hunting down a man-eating cougar. but we're not talking to her. You tuck your phone back in your pocket. One of them fake calls, huh? Can't believe they're coming through all the way up here. Usually the hills are the one place you can't. Yeah, you can be free of them. Bad reception and all. There's a sound nearby, a scuffling, and then... What in the... The rustling grows louder. That must be my birdie. She's still alive. The old man takes a step forward towards the tree line. Get your thieving little hands off her! Duke charges forward, flashlight in hand, crashing through the brush. Damn, that thing is fast. Which way did it go? There's an old sound nearby, though it isn't the sound of whatever you two were chasing. Duke stops mid-stride to listen, and you stop to listen as well. It's a human voice. Damn it, I know that voice. There appears to be some kind of growth. I never seen anything like it. Geez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go on home? The two of you emerge in the clearing, revealing what Stella's been filming so intently. It's Birdie, her little chicken body panting desperate breaths as she lies in a crumpled heap at Stella's feet. Birdie, oh no. What's happened to you, sweetheart? A new beginning. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Duke, I just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. We could say many things, but we remain silent. Yeah, no shit, there's something wrong. So what were you doing filming her like she's some kind of sideshow? Sorry, Duke, it's my job. It's investigative journalism. Investigative journalism, my ass. It's online rubbernecking. If you give two shits about my birdie, you'll delete that footage. I could, but I'm not talking to animals. I'd be talking to them. So we'll say and do nothing. You say nothing. I think it's time for us to get the hell out of here. As you, Duke and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you, gently at first, barely a whisper. But then a guttural moan, and then another and another, until you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. There's something out there all around us. I can smell it. There's so many of them. We will say and do nothing. What's that sound? She starts filming again. Is there something in the woods? Come on, Birdie. Let's get you home. As Duke scoops up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded, the strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. What in the hell is that? The gardeners come to mend and nurture. Let me blossom and sprout. Let me become. Don't you step another foot closer, I'll shoot. Don't you think I won't? The man hesitates and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arms. Stella! Stella! There's another one! You and Stella turn around to see another one of the creatures slithering out from the bush. Oh my God! What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural feet, and then chaos. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen in the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit! Shit! Get your grubby little hands off my bird! We could help, Duke. But we like animals. We're gonna be saving Gretchen. You die for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Oh, my Evie! My hero! You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out to incite something sharp and unnatural. But then there's a deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it's gone. Duke? Blood! Blood! My heavens! I smell blood! Oh my god, what do we do? Okay, first things first, I grab Gretchen. Okay, there. Step 1 is done. Gretchen is safe. Okay, great. Okay, step 2. What's step 2? You know what we're gonna do. Absolutely nothing. You say nothing. We owe it to Duke to get footage of those things that show people what's out there. Come on, this way. Stella doesn't wait another moment. She holds Gretchen close and starts running. Alone in the dark woods, you have little choice but to follow her. We're gonna chase after the danger. There are more of them. A lot more of them. They leer at you from the trees, no longer hiding, as they bellow their warnings out into the night. Stella films as she runs, narrating to an invisible audience. Hey, it's like me. We're pursued, I think, by these weird things, and they seem like, they're all riled up from what just happened. The two of you come to stop at the edge of the clearing. Okay, we seem to have found a nest or a crop circle, but animals? Oh god, the smell! Their here is flavored with a rot. A pervasive stench rising from the spiral of corpses that patterns this rock. You know, I never really paid attention to how they were laid out before. There's no lane. Birdie has been placed among them, her body lying still as the creature crouches protectively over her. Stars above! Is this wretched place where they wanted to take me? At the sound of the dogs thus quiet, the creatures flow out of the woods and surround the clearing. The dead eyes peer out from pale and doughy faces, watching the two of you and the small, terrified dog. There's only one thing that we can do. We'll turn and run. You don't wait for Stella to make the choice for you. You turn around and start running back the way you came. Thankfully, she follows suit, and the two of you start putting distance between yourselves and the clearing full of death. They're everywhere. God, how many of these things are there? They reach out from you between the bushes and tree branches, grasping for anything they can get a hold of, their howls filling the night. We're almost there. You and Stella reach the main road, and the whispers fade back to the sounds of nature. It sounds like they stopped following us. I certainly can't smell that stench anymore. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha. And 13 text messages. We could tell her what's going on. But you know that we won't. We'll keep it to ourselves. You slide your phone back into your pocket. You can deal with Tabitha later. Alright, let's call the police. Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello? Earl? It's Stella Richmond. I'm up on the mountain on the Astina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Jesus, Earl, what do I tell Bo? I guess now we wait. It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives on the scene. Out of walk 2 officers, Sheriff Hugsby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night. See? Right there, a thing jumps out the woods and then a shotgun goes off. What in Sam hell? What is that, some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. As the video reveals the creature's nest, Franklin ever so slightly lowers his sunglasses. Or a whole bunch of naked maniacs. What the heck is that? Some sort of crop circle? They killed Duke. And now we're going to confiscate this camera, Mr. Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence. But okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. Stella gave in to the request suspiciously easily. Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugsby and I... Please, call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you and... Who are you exactly, and is that a single Bud Light I smell in your breath? You shouldn't be drinking in the woods. That's Evie. They came into town today for the funeral. Evie? As in... We remain silent. You say nothing. You'll have to pardon my surprise. We just didn't think you'd show. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac in the woods, it's best for you. It's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind. Aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling out nights. We'll be on the alert for any reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now if you'll kindly step in the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride in the back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left will be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist for your own safety. Stella sighs. Okay. Thank you. You can ride up in front with me, little lady, if if your mama permits. But what about Stella? She hates being in those wheeled contraptions. Sure, Earl, you can hold Gretchen on your way back to town. The cops usher you and Stella back into the back of their squad car. You are just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. Sheriff Hugsby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, but she remains wholly focused on Stella. A worried look stretched across her little pug face as Hugsby scratches behind her ears. For such a gregarious person, Stella's unusually quiet as the car makes its way down the pitch-black mountain road. Oh, my poor Stella! Neither of us much like this awful metal beast. If only I was able to comfort her. Confound this old man who reeks of coffee for keeping us apart. We will remain silent. No need to pry, is there? You sit quietly, watching the trees pass in the light of the headlights. Every now and then you think you see a pale, anguished face staring out at you, before it slips back into the darkness. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the car comes to stop in front of a small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have this all sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. We're not going to tell him. You say nothing. Sure, you're in town for the funeral, good. Don't go leaving before then. I imagine we'll have to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on them for us. Make sure they don't get into any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Goodbye, Gretchy. And y'all have a lovely evening. If any more bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. I could just re-record every line, but that's fine. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. We could respond, but we'll say nothing. I can't believe they just implied that you're a suspect even after we showed them all that footage. Even after we found that nest. But it's okay. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. It's interesting. All our interaction with her is she walked up to us. We talked to her dog. And then we left. And then she finds us out in the woods with an old man with a gun. But she's so insistent. Nor will I, though I have little understanding of police work. I was there. I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And it won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. Just dragging us along. We've got to find out more about those things. If I can get clear footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have and never came across anything like this. There is someone in town who might have some useful information. My friend's mom. Her place isn't far. We should help her an hour before it gets any later. And we'll follow. Silently, of course. You silently follow Stella back to town. I hope she's still awake. You've been here, of course. The general store. Although it's closed, it's large, windows dark. There's something foul creeping up behind us. Evie. Jesus. You and Stella turn to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Welcome home. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who is this? Hi, Mrs. Forsyth. This is Evie. Is it okay if we come in? Of course. You're in luck. I just put some water on for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, just call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. The woman takes you through the general store and into a door that's been closed on your previous foray into town. It's a tea room. The atmosphere is warm and comforting, the air infused with the pleasant scent of slowly decaying plants and damp herbs. Welcome to my little nook. It's nice to finally meet you, Evie. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler, and now poor Pearl Ann is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. I would offer them, but we're saving them for a very A very special man. And I don't know if it would trigger any dialogue. So we'll remain silent. Sybil reaches over and pats your hand delicately. Hers feel like soft parchment paper. Dry, but soothing. Now what's got you out here so late, you two? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? Go on. Duke was killed tonight. By something in the woods. Oh my lord. Have you contacted the police? Yes. And they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. Those things out there, I don't even know how to describe them. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls out a memory card from her sleeves and pops into her phone. This must have been why she was so quick to hand over her camera. I wasn't about to just let the police hold on to this. At least not before we had a chance to make a copy. We'll say nothing. You say nothing. Where was this? Up the mountain, towards the northwest. Within the town limits? Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder, if you can? I'd need to plug the memory card into a computer. I can go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should be still awake. She can lend us hers. Kanika? Are we seeing Kanika? You'd better come with, Stella. I'm sure she'd be more willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Kanika, come out. We could use a little help. What, Mom? Oh, hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato? Kanika, is it me? Am I the good potato? I most certainly hope I am. Oh my god, I'm not decent. Why'd you bring them up here without any warning? Oh, sweetie, as if you have to worry. You're always beautiful. You're my mom. You have to say that. Oh well, I'm not changing, so just don't judge me. Now, what did you want? Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. I like how she's just roping me in here, yet I haven't said anything. I'm just here, a bystander. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? This is far beyond my ability to contribute. I'll leave the thinking to you humans. I'm sorry that either of you had to see this, but Evie and I had no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Just lumping me in there again. Stella, are you okay? I'm fine. Really, I'm okay. We'll say nothing. You remain silent. Poor Duke. Poor Beau. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Beau, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be much in a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. We will remain silent. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. Mom, come on. Whatever you're doing, this is serious. Stop scaring Scylla and Evie with this taily po crap. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. She always said they never hurt people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. But Duke is dead. Then if these are ditchlings, his death was an accident, or my grandmother was wrong, and she was very rarely wrong. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see so many in one place. Sybil holds her silence. Jesus, Mom, haven't I had enough? Do we really need this spooky window dressing? What if it's important window dressing? Oh, I know when I'm outnumbered. If we wanted to share, there's a lot we could tell them that they were saying, but we have nothing to contribute. Ever. You decide to keep your thoughts to yourself. Did you see all those open wounds at that spiraled nest? It's like they were incubating in the local wildlife. There weren't any growths there. It looks like they had all popped. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I put on. Let me fix you up a couple cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Evie get some rest. I don't think they even meant to wind up in the woods tonight. We'll say nothing. Thanks for everything, you two. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to help soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see you. Bye, Evie. It's excellent iced or warm, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. What an unfortunately short visit. Alright, let's call it a night. Mind walking me home? Well, this is me. Are you good finding your way back? We're not staying the night. We'll just nod. You nod. Cool. Here's my number. Call me when you get there, okay? And good luck. She scribbles her number on a piece of paper before handing it to you. I'll see you around. We say nothing. Stay safe. Good luck, Evie. As far as you know, those creatures from the woods have infested these trails as well, but it's too late for you to turn around. Either you'll make it back to the estate or you won't. We continue down the path. Almost home. Your salvation in sight, you make a mad dash to the door. We try the door. Oh, thank God you're back. Where the hell have you been? There's a lot we can say to her, but we say nothing. Tabitha glares at you as you remain silent. You smell like nature, an old dog. You must have met Stella, then. That explains everything. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. To which we say nothing. You're alone in the estate. The sound of the wind whistling through the house gives you an uneasy feeling in your gut. It's probably best to turn in and try to leave the night behind you. As you collapse onto your mattress, you remember that Stella asked you to call her once you got back. What do you think we're going to do? We're not calling her. We're going straight to bed. You're too tired for a phone call. Still, it can wait until the morning. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. I just appreciate that everyone talks at us. We don't say a word back, yet we're included. That they're compelled to include us, to bring us along, as if they don't have much of a choice in the matter. It's like you're in a play and the other actor has completely forgotten all their lines, so you just keep saying yours. It is very, very absurd, and I love that they're just dragging this strange mute from place to place. I do wish that in my experience that they had more of those flags like they did at the very start, where it says that you're someone who doesn't know how to end conversations. But it becomes more and more absurd as you remain an observer. And observe is pretty much all we shall do. And that's it for Chapter 1. I've been your host, Gibby. Hopefully you'll join me for Chapter 2, where we play Scarlet Hollow, but wrong. Good night.